Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the place where we take a whole stack of information, sift through it, and pull out those crucial nuggets of knowledge for you.
That's right.
And today, you've given us a really fascinating one. It's intricate, deeply personal. It's the case file of Detective Harry Bosch. He's caught, really, between what the department wants and this mission he's been on for decades.
Yeah, and what's really interesting here, I think, is that it's not just your standard police story. It's a deep dive into psychology.
Right.
We're going to look at how this one guy, Bosch, his hunt for the truth, which is really fueled by his own trauma,
Yeah.
how that forces him to face up to huge problems in the system, but also his own inner demons.
Yeah.
It's a close look at justice, denial, and how the past just hangs over everything.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Our job today is to explore Harry Bosch's journey. He's on this involuntary stress leave, ISL they call it. We'll look at how he deals with these mandatory therapy sessions and his totally relentless, completely unauthorized investigation into his own mother's murder, unsolved since 1961.
Wow, yeah.
We've got bits from the book, case notes, interview transcripts. It all weaves together this really complex story. Secrets, power, and finally, maybe some kind of reckoning.
It's got layers.
Definitely. Get ready for some aha moments, because this one really goes deep. So we first meet Detective Harry Bosch right at this point, right? He's on involuntary stress leave, ISL, forced break,
Mandated.
and ordered into these sessions with Dr. Carmen Hinojos. And right away, you feel his resistance. He's sarcastic, totally skeptical about therapy.
He just wants back on the job.
Exactly. He calls it his mission, or like the Holy Grail. He's pretty much daring her, telling her she'll have to pull every single word out of him.
And this conflict, it's not just, character stuff. It really sets the whole thing up. Hinojos sees his defiance. It's not just about the incident, shoving Lieutenant Pounds' face through glass.
Which got him put on leave, yeah.
Right. She sees it as part of a pattern, something deeper.
Wow.
She actually calls him a walking, talking example of post-traumatic stress. And she points to things like his denial about his house, which is earthquake-damaged, red tag, basically condemned.
He can't even live there.
Nope. And his drinking, which is pretty heavy, even this weird burn on his hand, she guesses right away it wasn't a hammer. It was from falling asleep with a cigarette.
Wow.
And she has this term for this issue she sees department-wide, the blue angst.
The blue angst. That's quite a term. Really captures that hidden weight, doesn't it?
It does. That sort of deep, maybe unacknowledged strain and trauma that officers carry.
And then Hinojos digs deeper, and this is where it gets really interesting for understanding Bosch. She brings up his personal life, a relationship ending.
Which he just brushes off at first.
Right, but she pushes. Asks why the girlfriend left, and his answer is chilling. He says, she found out who I was.
Oof, yeah. That tells you so much about how he sees himself, the secrets he thinks define him.
Totally. And then, in that first session, a huge moment, he lets it out, the big secret. His mother. Murdered in Hollywood when he was just a kid, case never solved, no arrest. And he finally admits it to her. That's his real mission.
And that confession, it just changes everything. Hinojos' view of his denial, his psychology, it all clicks into place.
Yeah.
His personal motto, everybody counts or nobody counts. It's not just words. It's this powerful force driving him, especially about his mother's case, which was ignored for so long.
Because she didn't count in his mind or in the department's mind.
Exactly. So he's not just after justice for her. It's like he's trying to heal himself, trying to make up for decades of, inaction, maybe his own inaction too, in a way. It shows how deep that unresolved stuff can go.
So with this mission, fully ignited now, he makes his move. He goes to the LAPD archives and gets his mother's murder book, Marjorie Lowe, 1961.
Dusty old binder.
Yeah, 2 inches thick. And guess who last checked it out? Him. 5 years ago.
Tillin, right.
Very. And what he finds, but maybe more importantly what he doesn't find, it immediately tells him something's wrong. He learns his mother was called a party girl, the polite term back then for a prostitute.
Right.
And looking at the autopsy report, he quickly figures the original idea, random sex crime, probably deliberate misdirection. The killer likely knew her.
And the details support that, right? The strangulation happening after death, the lack of really convincing evidence of rape.
Exactly. Those are huge red flags.
It points straight to a stage scene, someone trying to cover up a different motive, point the finger away from themselves, someone known to her. It stops being random and starts looking calculated.
Meanwhile, the department isn't exactly rolling out the welcome mat. His old partner, Edgar, tells him Lieutenant Pounds has already given Bosch a new partner, basically trying to sideline him.
Writing him off.
Pretty much. But Edgar's a mate. He runs a name from the cold case file for him. Johnny Fox.
Oh, Johnny Fox.
Yeah. And this leads Bosch to a reporter, Keisha Russell. She finds this tiny newspaper clipping. Johnny Fox, 29, worked on Arno Conklin's campaign for district attorney.
Conklin, the guy running the moral commandos against Vice back then.
The very same. And Fox was killed in a hit-and-run in 1962, right after Bosch's mother.
Okay, wow.
So Bosch immediately suspects a connection, his mother's pimp or manager, and this powerful political figure.
That connection is just critical. Fox, tied to Bosch's mother, dies suspiciously soon after her, and his death gets labeled an accidental hit and run.
Convenient.
It screams cover-up. And with Arno Conklin, the DA candidate, involved, the stakes just went way up. It's not just a street crime anymore, it's political. Looks like someone wanted Fox silenced.
So Bosch keeps digging. His investigation takes him all the way to Florida. He tracks down Jake McKittrick, one of the original detectives on his mom's case.
And McKittrick isn't exactly happy to see him.
Not at all. Hostile. Takes Bosch out on his boat with a gun. Yeah. Apparently, McKittrick's wife got a weird call from an old department buddy after Bosch first showed up, warning him off. Shows how deep this goes.
The old network kicking in.
Definitely. But eventually, McKittrick starts talking. The truth starts coming out, however painful it is.
And his story is, well, it's pretty devastating. He says Arno Conklin, who was a powerful assistant DA back then, interfered directly in the investigation.
Ow.
Conklin claimed Johnny Fox was some key informant for his moral commando unit. Told McKittrick and his partner to back off Fox.
Back off the prime suspect.
Pretty much. And get this, Conklin actually arranged for Fox to be interviewed and fingerprinted in Conklin's own office, not at the station.
Unbelievable.
McKittrick knew Fox was lying about where the party was, where Marjorie Lowe had been. He saw Conklin acting like Fox's referee, basically protecting him.
And McKittrick also reveals something else crucial, right?
Yeah.
About the murder book itself.
Yes. He says when he checked the book out years later, his own notes were gone. Notes about Conklin interfering, about Fox's dodgy interview. Completely stripped from the file. He specifically remembered writing that he thought Fox was lying and Conklin was out of line. That missing report, it points straight to internal sabotage.
So not just incompetence, a cover-up from inside.
Absolutely. It confirms Bosch's gut feeling. The department didn't care because his mom was a prostitute and someone powerful was being protected.
That detail, the stripped report, it's like the smoking gun, isn't it?
It really is. It shifts everything. It's not just a bungled case anymore. It's deliberate evidence tampering to protect specific people. Not an accident, an agenda.
So, next stop for Bosch, Las Vegas. He visits the widow of Claude Eno, who was McKittrick's partner back in '61.
Looking for more old files, maybe.
Yeah, but he finds something much bigger. Documents about a corporation called McCage Inc.,
McCaging.
set up in 1962, and the incorporators. Initials C.E. Claude Eno, G.M. Gordon Middle, and A.C. Arno Conklin.
No way, all three of them.
All three. And this company got monthly payments for 25 years.
25 years. Starting right after Marjorie Lowe's murder and Johnny Fox's death.
Exactly. It's this huge aha moment, connects these three powerful men, the cop, the lawyer, the politician, in this long-term financial deal that started right when the trouble began.
That financial web, McCage Inc. It just shows how deep this corruption runs, how it lasts for decades, power players protecting each other, profiting maybe. It's not just one bad apple, it's a whole network built on secrets and maybe payoffs. Silent spot over the long haul.
So Bosch heads back to L.A., and now he starts playing a dangerous game. Confrontations.
Right. Pushing buttons.
He goes after Gordon Middle first, the powerful lawyer, big political money man. At a fundraiser, Bosch leaves him that old newspaper clipping about Johnny Fox's hit and run.
Subtle but effective.
Yeah, but he makes a mistake. When he signs the guest book, he uses Lieutenant Pound's name as an alias.
Oh, that's not good. Why did he do that?
Maybe just impulse, maybe to throw Middle off, but it backfires horribly.
This is where things get really dark, isn't it?
Yeah, because Bosch trying to rattle Middle, it indirectly leads to Lieutenant Harvey Pounds being tortured and murdered.
Found in his trunk. Badge stolen.
Exactly. It just shows the stakes. You poke this hornet's nest of powerful, corrupt people. The blowback is brutal and deadly. Unsettling the past has real tragic consequences now.
And Bosch himself gets caught in the crosshairs.
Big time. He becomes the prime suspect in Pounds' murder, has to explain where he was, talks about his trip to Florida, this mysterious artist named Jazz he spent time with.
His alibi.
Right? But the real break comes when he confronts Monty Kim, the journalist who wrote that puff piece on Johnny Fox way back when.
The guy who owed Conklin a favor.
Yep. Kim is terrified, but he spills. Admits he wrote the story because Fox was on Conklin's payroll, but then he shows Bosch something else, a photo from a party. And there they are, Arno Conklin, Johnny Fox, Meredith Roman, who we now know as Catherine Register, and Bosch's mother, Marjorie Lowe, all together, smiling.
Wow, wow. Definitive proof.
Totally. They all knew each other. Fox wasn't some random outsider. He was part of their circle.
That photo just shatters the official story. It links the DA, the pimp, the victim, everyone. It shows the depth of the cover-up needed to hide those connections. It's a visual gut punch for Bosch.
So then Bosch goes to confront Arno Conklin himself. He's an old man now, frail. And Conklin breaks down, admits he loved Marjorie Lowe, says he killed her with his words and actions.
What does that mean?
He confesses Johnny Fox threatened to expose their affair. That would destroy Conklin's political ambitions.
The self-preservation.
Right. To protect himself, he got Gordon Middle involved to confirm Fox's fake alibi. Then he orchestrated the cover-up, made it look like a random sex crime.
Passing the buck, in a way.
And there's more. Conklin says Middle blackmailed him later, threatened to frame Conklin for Marjorie's murder if he ever got in the way of Middle's own rise to power.
So Conklin confesses, but it's still not the full picture, is it? He's painting Middle as the real villain who strong-armed him.
Exactly. It's complex. Powerful people manipulating each other, manipulating the system, always trying to shift the blame. It's that intricate dance of guilt at the top.
Always another layer.
Always. And the next layer comes from Jasmine. Turns out she's Gordon Middle's daughter.
Middle's daughter.
And she drops some bombshells. Says her father, Middle, was actually a bird dog and informant for the vice cops back then.
So he was playing both sides.
Seems like it. And then, crucially, Jasmine admits her father was the one who ran over Johnny Fox in '62, staged the hit and run.
Middle killed Fox.
According to Jasmine. And then, this is chilling, Middle planted Bosch's own ID, maybe stolen years before, in Fox's satchel.
What? Why?
Maybe to cover his tracks? Maybe. Maybe to set Bosch up down the line. Who knows? And she also says her father found Marjorie Lowe like that in the bed at Catherine Register's place, hinting he was there at the murder scene.
This completely reframes everything. Middle wasn't just the cover-up guy. He's now implicated in Fox's murder, and maybe Marjorie Lowe's too.
Looks that way.
The corruption is just staggering. And planting Bosch's ID, that's cold. Calculated malice, planning years ahead.
Wow. So the climax.
Right.
It all happens back at Catherine Register's house. Bosch gets there, finds Catherine, his mom's best friend, dead. Suicide. The secret's finally crushed her.
Tragic.
But then, hiding in the house, Johnny Fox. He's alive.
Fox is alive, after all this.
Alive. And he talks. Admits he killed Marjorie Lowe at that party in Hancock Park, then moved her body to the alley.
So Conklin wasn't lying about Fox's involvement, just maybe his own?
Right. Fox also implies Middle helped with the initial cover-up of Lowe's death, and that Middle killed Lieutenant Pounds recently to silence him.
Okay, so Middle's hands are definitely dirty in Pounds' murder, too.
Seems so. Then Fox attacks Bosch. Bosch yells a warning as cops arrive, and the police shoot and kill Fox.
Just like that. More violence.
Yeah. And in the chaos, Bosch tells the responding officer he doesn't know who Catherine Register was, keeping that part of the truth to himself.
That ending. It's messy. Fox alive, then dead. He confesses to killing Lowe's, points finger at Mattel for Pounds. It ties up some threads, but violently. And Bosch protecting the full story. It shows how complicated truth and justice have become for him. He's managing the narrative now.
After all that chaos, things circle back to Hinojos, the therapist. She looks again at the original crime scene photos from '61.
Did you see something new?
Something Bosch missed for 30 years. The belt used to strangle his mother. It was silver, kind of showy. But her other jewelry in the photos, it was gold.
The belt didn't match.
Didn't match. Hinojo suggests it might belong to someone else. Maybe another woman tied to the killer. She calls it aggression transference.
That's fascinating. Like the killer was really angry at someone else, maybe the woman who owned the belt, and took it out on Marjorie Lowe.
Exactly. Adds this whole other psychological layer to the motive. It wasn't just about silencing her, maybe. It was displaced rage, a forensic detail unlocking a psychological insight.
So who did the belt belong to?
Well, that's the final piece, the print tech, Hirsch. He finds a latent print on the belt buckle, runs it. It's a match. Gordon Middle.
The middle. So he didn't just cover it up. He didn't just find her. He was the killer with the belt all along.
All along. So what does all this mean for you, listening? Harry Bosch's whole journey, it really shows that hunting for the truth, especially when it's tangled up with your own past, it's lonely, it's dangerous, and the lines get really blurry. It brings answers, yeah, but also new kinds of pain.
Absolutely. And this deep dive, it just hammers home the impact of trauma that hasn't been dealt with, not just for one person, but how it echoes across decades, shapes choices, causes more tragedy.
Yeah.
And it's a stark reminder of how easily powerful people can twist the system, manipulate the story, protect themselves, and leave devastation behind them. It's a real cautionary tale about power.
And Hinojos gives Bosch some pretty blunt advice near the end, doesn't she? Tells him to stop beating himself up. The past is like a club, she says, and you can only hit yourself in the head with it so many times before there is serious and permanent damage.
Good advice.
He thinks about leaving the force, feels this immense weight, responsibility, maybe penance, even though the chief wants him back. The story leaves him with Jazz, that artist. Still kind of a mystery, but maybe, possibly, a connection, some hope for healing after living in those shadows for so long.
For me, the biggest thing is that contrast between the cold facts, the clues, the investigation, and the sheer human cost of it all. The cover-up, the murders, the lives ruined. Justice arrives in the end, maybe, but it's not clean. It doesn't fix everything. It leaves new scars, even for Bosch, who found the truth. Knowing doesn't always mean peace.
That's so true. So thinking about Harry Bosch's mission, that decades-long dive, it makes you wonder what secrets might be hiding in your own archive, things that, if you uncovered them, could change how you see your past. For better, maybe? Or maybe for worse.
Or, thinking bigger, what systems do you trust, day to day, that might actually be working to protect the powerful, not the vulnerable, just hidden beneath the surface?
That's definitely a provocative thought to leave you with. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the tangled layers of justice and truth.